Hello and welcome to Daily Records. I am Tommy Burton, and today we are going to be talking about Disraeli Gears by Cream. That's right, Cream, released on November 2nd, 1967. Ginger Baker, Jack Bruce, and Eric Clapton. This was the second album released by Cream, and it was a big hit. It reached number 5 on the UK album charts, and it was also the breakthrough album for the American markets. It was a huge seller in 1968, and it reached number 4 on the American charts. It incidentally reached number 1 in Australia, so fans down there were hip to what was going on there. There are 2 singles from this album that you may know. Those singles are the opening track, Strange Brew, and also the big hit, Sunshine of Your Love. Like I said, classic album. Ginger Baker, the unusual title, Ginger Baker is credited to that. He said it was something that kind of alluded to the Prime Minister in England, Benjamin Disraeli. And so it was just a play on that. Now, this was actually recorded at the Atlantic Studios in New York City in May of 1967. The band had just played the kind of classic or famous now Murray the K's Music in the Fifth Dimension. And I believe the Who were involved in that music series as well. I know they did some Murray the K shows around that time, and they had recorded it with the mountain bass player that many people know, Felix Pappalardi, who actually co-wrote a couple of the tracks, including Strange Brew, as well as World of Pain. So he got some songwriting credits as well, in addition to producing the album. And Tom Dowd engineered the tracks here. And a lot of people know Tom Dowd, who went on to be a producer in his own right, and worked with Eric Clapton quite a bit, including the Layla album. So the 2 names there. They also, I've read where Ahmet Ertegun, the co-owner of Atlantic Records, he was also there during the sessions. Now, from what Tom Dowd has said, the recording sessions only took about 3.5 days. And when you listen to how long the album is, that's kind of a big deal. But the band's visa had expired on the last day of recording, so they had to go back to England. So they left. Now, I think that's problematic because if you've ever heard this album, and it's a fantastic rock album, and it definitely sort of sets the bar on Power Trio and the type of playing that these guys were known for. But it's not the best sounding album sonically. It sounds really muddy to me. So compared to other albums that were being released and recorded during this time, this one is a lot of sound, and so that's my big complaint with this album. It's not really great sounding, like it's just sonically not great. Now, I'm not talking about the songs or the playing, which I think is fantastic. And I love the album, and part of the album's charm to me is the fact that it sounds like mud, but it is a muddy sounding album. Now, the interesting artwork, this was the Australian artist. Maybe this one helped it go to number 1 there. This was done by Martin Sharp. And he lived with Eric Clapton, or in the same building as Eric Clapton in Chelsea. And he would also do the artwork for other Cream projects, Wheels of Fire, and also co-wrote a couple of songs like Tales of Brave Ulysses. So this was also got some Beatles connection too. The photos were Beatles photographer or someone that worked with the Beatles, Bob Whitaker, and fans of Bob Whitaker know his name from the Butcher cover. So that's it. This album really showed them getting away from sort of their blues sound, and they were going really more psychedelic, as the cover kind of indicates. Now, there are a couple of blues songs on there like Outside Woman Blues and Take It Back. So those kind of were definitely blues infused, but they were definitely trying to get away from the blues sound that they were kind of known for, and going more in a psychedelic direction. And so this really is a heavy record. It's a heavy sounding album, but as Cream would be, so highly influential and highly touted as one of the great albums of the '60s. Disraeli Gears by Cream. What do you think about it? Comment down below. Like, subscribe, share, give the old thumbs up. You know the drill. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's TommyBurton75. In the meantime, I'll see you all again tomorrow with another Daily Record.